And I want to explain for those out at home, we are doing these rules because there is no in-game stopwatch in the UI. There is no stopwatch in the UI because Blizzard does not want to put stopwatch as the main competitive mode for pro-level play. For the highest level of play in Overwatch, stopwatch has shown to be the best at, you know, showcasing the highest tier of skill for the players, in that time matters, and it matters how fast you push the cart. And we think, as casters and a lot of people that have been around the FPS community for a long time, that stopwatch is an easy mode for the spectators to understand. Now, Blizzard does not exactly think the same way here, which is why there's no in-game UI with a time that's counting down for the spectators to understand what's going on. And because of that, now that's why in the middle of these games you see one team type GG, or another team maybe with a minute left not have enough time. We have to like theorize here of how much time is left in the round. So then ZP now did these arbitrary rules around points, because it allows you to complete the map and gives the fan out there, it doesn't have to be like, what the hell is going on? Why are they stopping? And at the same time, it's going to help them do some type of time initiative.
All right, so taking a look here at the teams as they ready up here for the EnVyUs side. Rolling out here, you might see some familiar names. That's because the team formerly known as IDDQD was picked up by EnVyUs. 5 of those players, with the 6th player being Tailspin, who was on EnVyUs 1.0. So a little bit of the old EnVyUs and a lot of IDDQD representing EnVyUs. And that roster is going to be Taimu on Widowmaker, Chipsogen on Mercy, Coco on Reinhardt, Tailspin, Internet Hulk on a pair of McCrees, Harry Hook on Lucio, and Hex, where are we looking at for WWT?
Well, I mean, we had a prediction of a lot of McCrees today, and we see Chubbs and Brian going to be a pair of McCrees on offense. Kokui is going to be on Lucio. There's a Mercy. It's going to be played by Sub. Basher will be playing appropriately. Reinhardt and James will be trying to counter-snipe Taimu.
Yeah, and right now, taking a look. This is what we see a lot from teams like EnVyUs here, where just in general, 2 McCrees is used a lot here on payload maps. They're behind the Reinhardt. It's very, very difficult to get through this level of poke that's coming in. Of course, we see WWT coming in, but look at this. EnVyUs not wasting any time, moving forward. Tailspin with first kill of the game. Taimu taking out Sniper with a little bit of follow-up. This is going to be a quick 3 kills here for EnVyUs, and WWT is going to get sent back to the start.
Are they going to be able to get out of spawn into the first checkpoint?
No one can hide.
I am saying no. I'm saying no to the first checkpoint.
Let's get you back out there.
I would tend to agree with you. I think they're in a tough spot even now because Taimu is getting damage boosted on sniping, and he's an amazing sniper, and I don't think they feel even that they're going to be at a disadvantage if they happen to lose him. I think they feel they can hold back, so it's going to be, they're going to have the road cut out for him, but I think you can have a moral victory even just taking 1 point against this EnVyUs roster.
I would say this map is pretty good for double McCree and Widow, but we'll probably see that a lot, I would think, for a lot of matches.
We have another team fight about to go in here. WWT is finished setting up, but Taimu again going to get the first pick, takes out Brian, and now EnVyUs moving forward, rushing it down after they get that first pick off. EnVyUs very, very content to move in and push back WWT. They know when they have an advantage, and when they have the advantage, they push in and drive them back. And EnVyUs right now looking absolutely like an iron wall, as WWT definitely having some issues here on Route 66.
Well, I did want to talk a little bit just about EnVyUs and kind of how they're currently set up now. As you mentioned, Tailspin is the holdover from NA. The rest of the team is currently in EU. I think there are plans to move them to NA.
No, they're here. No,
they're in North America now?
As of yesterday, they're in all at the EnVyUs house in North Carolina.
Wonderful.
Yeah, they are all situated. They are preparing. They are not going to be able to go to the Esports Arena land because they just got to America, but they are ready. They're playing on land. They get the boot camp for the next tournaments, and so we will see kind of, you know, how they do moving forward. This is a big step for them. I think a lot of them only met each other for the first time in person, now coming to the house. And this is definitely the first time they're ever going to be living in a situation like this together. So this is only the beginning of what could be, you know, a long process for NP going forward.
Is that the first?
We just saw that. We saw WWT try to push in. Unfortunately, again, they were picked off pretty much one by one as they came in. They're having a lot of trouble getting momentum, but there we go. James able to take out Taimu, but there it is. Mercy Resurrection going to come in. And this is one of the troubles with Widow v. Widows. There is a Mercy in the back. Even if you take out a Widow like Taimu, he can immediately be brought out by his Mercy if need be. And here we go. Soundbearer coming out here for the defense of Envy. They are moving in, and Tailspin with a massive Deadeye takes out 4 people. And WWT still just not having a whole lot of luck here on Route 66. They have 2 minutes left to get to the next checkpoint. If they do not, they will be getting 0 points on their attack run. and EnVy will be in a great position to win this map and win the set.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one, you know, there's only so much they're going to be able to do against EnVy.
Well, what really separates them, Slasher, for EnVy versus this roster who's kind of new? I mean, is it just experience? Is it mechanical skill? I mean, why are we seeing such a dominant performance?
I mean, they're mirroring the comp, so it's not like the meta, they're getting beat by the meta right now. It's just experience, the aim. After losing the first 2 fights, snowball too.
And look at this, the fight is engaged here. Internet Hulk in time with 2 quick picks. Internet Hulk now with the Deadeye, holding it for longer. Not going to get too much value off that, but still 3 people down the offense. Reinhardt now struggling for his life. Very likely to get taken out. The kill feed filling up with blue. And again, I think the difference that we're seeing here is WWT, it's 2 things. 1, they're not able to go in as decisively as they would like. And 2, just mechanically, they're not getting the pickoffs that they need to really turn the team fight in their favor.
Yeah, EnVyUs is definitely the aggressor here. Every time that the team seems like they want to set up and then initiate, EnVyUs is just like, well, I think we're actually going to take the fight to you, and then it ends before it even begins for, well, we tried.
Well, speaking about ending before it begins, Coco right now standing up top here has Earth Shatter at the ready. WWT moving forward. They need to do something now. They only have 24 seconds, but here comes EnVyUs off the speed boost. Earth Shatter is down, but Earth Shatter comes out from the offense, does stop them from getting wiped out there. In fact, Chubb's able to come back and take out Coco. Taimu, though, getting pickoff, and still actually 2v2 here on pickoffs, but the resurrection is going to come out from EnVy. EnVy now moving forward. This is going to give them all they need to move forward and wipe out WWT once again. 3 seconds remaining here. And this looks like a very firm hold coming out from EnVyUs.
Expected, so, you know, not much you could do. Now EnVyUs is going to play offense. I expect a pretty fast time pushing this payload. I mean, I really wanted to see more of this game to talk about EnVy and their move to North America and how they're going to progress further. Of course, IDDQD was the best team in Overwatch and in the world, probably for a month or 2, right? EnVyUs was great, one of the top North American teams. I would say top 2 for a while. And there was a point in time where they were the best in North America for, I would say, a month or so. And then you have both teams implode around at the same time. IDDQD, of course, having issues with Mendo Kusai, Internet versus Internet Hulk, and Tavik. And then you had Raz leave EnVy, and then you had, you know, they were already having issues trying to fill the 6th spot for like a month or so after Esper left. And now you have this new team come together with a mix of both sides. Now, Tailspin is a great, one of the, you know, probably the core part of that original EnVy squad with Cole Matt, which is now, you know, they have their own team there. But this is a, you know, a big moment forward to see both these teams can reclaim the type of, you know, momentum and aggressive style that they had for each of them in the first way. And I think they still do need more time. I probably wouldn't put them at the same level as Cloud9 or Reunited right now on either Europe or North America.
Although it's interesting to talk about Reunited, because taking a look here at the event that was taking place right before this, the Plays TV event, Reunited was actually taken out by SG1, so I'm not sure what to think about that. It's either one of the things where a lot of the commentary on Reunited is that they tend to be grinders where they need a lot of playtime and maybe just the break hurt them a little bit and it's going to take them a little bit to get back into shape, or SG1 leveled up their game a whole lot. I mean, really pick a door there. I'm not really sure what to think. SG1 definitely has good players, so that's interesting, especially if that trend goes forward here today as both Reunited and SG1 are competing.
Yeah, to both of your points, actually, you know, being a grinder of a team and then having a team house, is that the first, like, official Overwatch team house? I imagine these guys are going to put in hours, and I can only see that helping EnVyUs as they move forward and just kind of be, you know, being cohesive as a team with kind of the newer roster coming together. But I mean, that's really exciting that Overwatch released officially yesterday, or maybe even officially released today, and there's already a gaming house with one of the top teams in it.
Well, take a look here at the defense as this game is about to begin. We're going to have Chubzu on the Junkrat, James on Widowmaker, Basher on Reinhardt, Kokui on Lucio, Supa on Mercy, and Brian on McCree. Yeah, a tankless offense coming in as double tracers are going to be Tailspin and Taimu. Chips is going to boost them all up with symmetrical shields. Harry Hook, aka Nabridgeabov, is going to be playing Lucio. Coco and Internet Hulk running Double Soldier 76. This comp is an interesting name that I will not repeat, but not a lot of people like playing against all this hits down. Yeah, and 76 is here that we've just seen more and more of as has gone on. And here we go. EnVyUs right now pushing forward, looking to get the first picks that they need here. The battle is about to be underway. The 76 is putting down a lot of fire. Reinhardt, his shield is broken. He is broken as Aeronet Hulk takes out Basher for first kill of the game. Tailspin going in the back, getting the double kill. Tailspin absolutely wreaking havoc. Already has a pulse bomb on point. James, though, coming in. The double kill is Widowmaker, but here comes a pulse bomb from Tail, going to take out the Mercy. And the momentum here definitely in favor of Envy.
James holding it down, though. At least getting a few picks, you know, putting up a little bit of a show. So Envy doesn't, you know, run away with this map completely as fast as they can. Now, do you think this comp, because I watched them do scrims, I think I saw them do this once. Do you think this is more to just get some feel of this type of meta? Do you think we'll see this later on?
I think it's a comp that works well, especially on this map, and I know a lot of teams don't especially love Route 66, but if you can get Double Soldier really going to keep that distance damage while you're on the cart and get flanking with both Tracers, I think it's a composition that works especially well on this map.
Here we go, here's Taimu moving in, has the pulse bomb mapped already, is going to miss the stick, was looking for the Reinhardt, might have gotten a double kill if he got it, but still, the Tracers are swarming. Tailspin picks up where Taimu left off though, gets a pulse bomb stick, helps get the double kill, and Envy just moving right along. The Tracers doing work, and they're just doing whatever they want at WWT right now.
To your point earlier, though, on James doing some work, I think there's still personal pride on the line, even if you feel your team's outmatched. A lot of these teams are newly formed, and we've seen rosters turn over at even the highest level. So I think all the players, even if they feel that they're not going to win, are just looking to put up really good game tape. And James can say he got a 3K against EnVyUs.
Standard teleporter on the cart.
Wait, is teleporter on the card? This is definitely Envy's having a little bit of fun with this, I gotta say. Well, so teleporter is down on the cart. The next team fight is about to be underway. WWT looking to make their stand here. And note that even though if we were going by absolute stopwatch rules, this would already be a win for Envy. Envy still needs to complete the map. They still need to move forward. And time-wise, they are on their way to saying a gold medal time. Only 2 minutes and 30 seconds have elapsed here. If they can get to the end point in the next 2.5 minutes, they will get 3 points from this map and be in a great position to win the set.
Now, CP Hex, we have seen, of course, Symmetra fall out of the meta with Double Tracer because her shields went down to 25. And we haven't seen it used as much. Now, Shift2Gen is using it here. Of course, this is not exactly a top-tier opponent as Taimu kills everyone and Now, do you expect us to see this in bigger matches, in more competitive slow matches? Do you think that Symmetra is still enough of an option, especially on offense?
It's hard to say. We do have an Earthshock coming in from defense, but it is not going to be what they need. Tailspin and Internet Hulk striking right back. The Resurrection is up, but there it is. Envy going to cap out the map. That is a gold medal time, which means Envy will be scoring 3 points here on Route 66. And now the only way that WWT can come back in on map number 2 is if they full hold EnVyUs and come back with a very fast time of their own. Difficult. Not impossible, but going to be very difficult as we saw here on map 1.
Yeah,
but back to your point, Slash, in regards to the meta and will we see more of this? Maybe. I feel like they're practicing how they want to play. I don't think they're messing around here in any respect. So I think what we're seeing from Envy here, I think we will see later on in the tournament.
I mean, I think you'll see Symmetra on defense on Hollywood and Dorado, and anywhere else you see her is going to be a little bit surprising. Although, I mean, in that kind of composition, I think you'll see it when teams know they have to set a very fast time, because that's a super aggressive comp that can really actually kind of steamroll if both your Tracers get their momentum going and your 76s are hitting shots and staying on the cart. But I think Symmetra still has a spot in the game. It's generally on first point defenses. Offensively, though, I can see her working in a composition like that, especially if you need, in this kind of format, if you need to set a time to get a certain amount of points, I can see a Symmetra in a very aggressive composition like that.
Yeah, Route 66 does, you know, it is opening up for that type of play. You said it yourself. Tracer has a lot of room on that map to flank, a lot of areas to get around, and the soldiers have, you know, pretty far hit scan potential. I kind of feel like we'll probably, if they go up against a harder opponent later on Route 66, I'm sure we'll probably see Widow on offense, and it wouldn't surprise me to see a similar double McCree setup that we saw on D. A little bit of me feels like that was a little bit of a cheeky offense there. While they were, yeah, of course, practicing some of their strats, not quite sure if they would take that same risk.
I think the one thing that might be switched up in the if they were up against competition that was a little bit stiffer is that they might decide to switch out the Symmetra, because Symmetra, it's just really the 25 shields. I mean, they're very effective. It does stop your tracers from, say, getting body shot by a Widowmaker. It stops a lot of nonsense from killing your squishies, but 25 shields, it's a hard sell, and that's why we've seen Symmetra sort of drop out of the meta as time has gone on.
Well, we'll see if we see her on defense on Dorado. There were a couple games earlier today between top EU teams, and we definitely saw Symmetra on Dorado on defense that was actually Rogue Esports was running it. Tvik was running his classic Junkrat, and then we had a defensive Symmetra here. So she's definitely not out of the meta, and I think we're going to see Harry Hook actually stay on her. It's just really hard. Harry Hook used to be in a bridge above, and I miss calling him a bridge above.
The good old days.
I want to see if we might see Hanzo here. We've seen Hanzo a little bit more. I think just as the beta went down in comp play, we saw him on Dorado. We've seen him a little bit on King's Row from a few teams. Cloud9's are in a little bit. LG with Gods. We've seen Hanzo with Seagull. We've seen Hanzo with Tvik and European teams. So I think maybe a little bit more. Maybe they'll try something out. Otherwise, I could see a pretty standard, your usual setup. Rat on defense, especially.
Too easy ran Hanzo earlier today, actually, on Gibraltar defense. And not to the greatest effect, but he just decided he wasn't going to try to counter-snipe and just kind of scatter-shotted and got a Dragon off. So Hanzo's definitely back in the meta here.
Alright, so take a look here at the defense coming out from EnVyUs. The defense. Wait, this is actually... We need to go back to lobby. The way things are set up here is that the team leading is always attack. It's like, wait a second, this is all sorts of messed up.
Celestia, you mentioned earlier that we're going to see a ton of McCrees today. Why is McCree so popular that teams are often doubling up on McCrees and payloads and King of the Hill?
Well, because Blizzard didn't patch anything in the launch of the game, so we still have the same meta before the beta ended. If anyone didn't know, McCree's really good. And when you put a stun in a first-person shooter game, that's a really good thing. And then when you make the stun even better in a recent patch, there's no reason not to use two of it. I mean, it's still one of the best hit scan characters of the game, even if it has drop off. And up close, you could even argue that it's better situationally than Reaper, even against tanks, and that you have more options in that way. So it's very hard to find a reason not to use a McCree for even things like Reaper up close or something like a Soldier, only in certain situations, like very far, long hit scan maps like Route 66. So double McCree, we are going to see quite often a lot of these maps, especially as we get further along in the tournament and we have top teams playing each other. Only then will some teams and their individual style, like Cloud9 and their double Winston, takes out a little bit of the double McCree, even though they can with Reaver and Surefour, just because it opens up more opportunities. But really, standard lead, it is the best way to play right now. There's not a reason to go one McCree and Soldier a lot of the times, or one McCree and something else. It's because McCree's so good.
Alrighty, so taking a look here at the WWT defense as it rolls out. We're gonna have Koke on the Lucio, Chubbs on the McCree, Basher on Reinhardt, James repping the 76, now off Widowmaker, but he had a pretty good hit scan game on 66. We'll see what he does there. It's gonna be Brian on Junkrat, and Supa gonna be rounding things out on the Mercy.
Yeah, offensively, they are going to run double Winston, Internet Hulk, and Coco will be there. I think Coco is going to switch back to that Winston, unless he wants to put a turret on the cart as Torborg. Harry Hook will be playing Lucio. Chips, of course, will be on Mercy. Taimu on that McCree, and I am super excited to watch Tailspin on Pharah.
Yeah, I mean, Pocket Pharah, again, this might be because it's a lesser opponent. Pocket Pharah really has had problems in the competitive meta so far in Overwatch.
Yeah, well, because snipers are very good, and when you're facing the level of snipers that you generally do at the high levels, Pharah is just a target waiting to get them.
Well, speaking of Pharah, a beautiful concussive blast comes in, knocks two people off the ledge. Tailspin taking out James immediately, getting rid of the problem, to use an FGC term. Tailspin going over the top, lands another direct rocket, absolutely wreaking havoc on the backline for WWT. They do not have an answer for this Pharah right now, and they are in disarray very early on here on Dorado, as Taimu has left the game. So I think they're gonna, are they gonna run this 5v6? They're not asking for a remake.
Will, yeah.
All right.
Nope.
We see Fair still dropping rockets here. Internet Hulk able to get a little bit of the follow-up. Resurrection going to bring up the fallen hero here for Envy as Envy moving forward. 5v6 doesn't matter. The kill feed filling with red. And Tailspin just leading the charge here. Has Barrage in queue. We might be seeing Justice raining from above very, very soon.
Yeah, that's it. You know, we're going to see teams kind of form, and like we may not see new teams emerge, but I think we'll definitely see a couple players emerge and where they might end up on different rosters at some point in time. James has had himself some decent games so far. He got play of the game last map. He got a couple decent kills early on, and maybe it's the heroes he's playing, but you know, if I'm a team looking to assemble some of the players that I see here today, I'd definitely start off making a list with James on.
Meanwhile, taking a look here at Tailspin. Tailspin is definitely looking for a barrage. He's waiting for a moment. His team is moving forward. Envy just relentlessly going up here. And Tailspin now just taking a look. It's any moment here, they're just going to go to the back, look for the barrage. And if they don't have a good answer for him from James, it could be absolutely devastating. Here we go. The speed boost is out. He's looking for it. Not coming down just yet. Taking his time, and really right now he doesn't even need it to push them back. They're just pushing WWT back. Taimu is back in the game, so it is 6v6. But Primal Rages are out, and here we go. The battle is being joined. Sunbear comes up from the defense, but is not enough. 2 quick kills for the Winstons, and they are just setting an incredibly fast time here.
Another gold medal coming out. I mean, really, to me, more than whatever's happening in this match, I think they're actually putting up a pretty good fight, and there's nothing wrong with the meta that they're playing. It's just really how good Envy's mechanics and team play is seeing Coco and Internet Hulk get their double Winston going. I think they're probably the best team at doing that behind Cloud9. And I really think that with how good Winston is right now, and we've seen how much success Cloud9 has had, that's going to be a big deal for Envy as going forward.
I mean, that's so important too, because I actually saw it earlier today where Reunited tried to run double Winston on Route 66, and they struggled with it. They had to switch off of their double Winston. They just did not have the rhythm to it. So for all the people who think, well, it's double Winston, how hard can it be? There's a certain level of finesse that goes along with it, and even Reunited struggled running that composition earlier today.
Saw time with the double kill after Tailspin got the double barrage. Barrage finally comes in at the end. And as a result, this is going to be a gold medal time for Envy, which means that WWT will be being sent to the losers bracket. That is a 6-0 win for EnVyUs. And very decisive stuff coming out from them.
So do they play out one more side?
No, because they don't play the second side, because now there's absolutely no way WWT can even up the points. Even if they had a gold medal time themselves, it would still be down by 3. So that is elimination. That is GG, and WWT, if they want to stay in the tournament, they're going to have to fight their way through losers.
Epic.
It's the relegation bracket. It's the not winners bracket. It's gotta be a nicer way to say it, right?
Alrighty, so that was our first match of the day. Good to get back to casting competitive Overwatch, and Envy looking pretty strong from what we saw there.
I mean, you know, that was going to be pretty standard. Pretty much any game that we picked in round 1, except maybe 1 or 2, the same similar result we were going to see from the top team. I mean, I wanted to let all of those out there who maybe just started watching tournaments, who just got into the beta, who thought to themselves, you know what, I'm going to be a pro Overwatch player when I grow up right now that I have Overwatch. It is going to be hard for you. A lot of these teams and players have been playing with each other for a long time, not just from Overwatch, but through other games. And their teamwork really is impeccable, more than the aim and the strategy and the other things that goes into it. The cohesion about Overwatch and how that affects you winning as a team is very significant, and probably more so than traditional other FPSs where mechanics and aim can pull you through at times that when you look out of it.
Well, I think Envy moving to NA actually shakes things up a